Let us move on to design of singly reinforced concrete beam. So, before we solve this problem, let us try to make clear what with the entry of COVID, all schools and review centers were forced to stop their physical operation. All shifted to online. Different centers use different advertising tricks and gimmicks that cause more confusion in the minds of reviewees and students rather than help them. But in order to give you clear idea on what you will actually experience in our online review, we created this channel so that you will see, know, and experience firsthand how we do it online. But before we begin our discussion today, please don't forget to visit, like our FB page, Padilla Review Center. The link is found below. Please also subscribe in our YouTube channel. Please don't forget to click the notification bell. Choose all so that you will always be updated and notified regarding all our posts. Also, please don't hesitate, and we will appreciate it if you will like every post that we will make. This is for all of you who are reviewing and students of math, science, and engineering, most especially civil engineering. So if you have problems or questions or topics that you want us to discuss, just send it to us through our contact numbers below. So let's begin. Let us move on to design of singly reinforced concrete beam. So, before we solve this problem, let us try to make clear what is the difference between analysis and design. So, I would limit my explanation, but this is not limited, of course, to reinforced concrete beam. But this is general concept of analysis versus design. So, when you say analysis, the size of the section, the size and shape is known. There is already a section. The number of bars are known. Its dimension, the FC prime of concrete, the Fy of concrete is known. The beam may already be existing or it is still on paper, but this data is complete. Now, the load may be known, or still to be known. That is analysis. For example, the beam is already existing. The building is existing. So it was designed with certain size, bars, and strength of the materials and with a known load. Then eventually there was a change in code. If there is a change in code and the building, but it was designed too long ago, and the code during that time and the present code are too different from each other, then the building may be required to be retrofitted, to be analyzed if it can still handle, if it can still carry the previous load. So that is, you will be asked to do a structural investigation or analysis. So if you find that the existing size or that the size of the member, let us say a beam, can no longer carry the load it previously was designed to carry, then you will have to specify a new load. A new load that it can carry. Meaning, the beam or the occupancy may have to be revised. Okay? You follow? Or, the building may have to be retrofitted, meaning to fit the new code. So, in here, this is going to be determined. Okay? Now, while in design, it's quite different. The load is known. The load to be carried is known. Okay, based on occupancy, based on the tributary area, then we will know the load to be carried by the beam. Then you need to find the size, the number of bars, the FC prime to be used, the Fy to be used. This will all be decided by the structural designer or structural engineer. The FC prime has to be decided based on the available technology or available material or aggregate in that particular location of the project. You cannot just use any FC prime that you desire. You have to check it with a ready-mix concrete provider if you intend to use ready-mix. If you intend to use job mix, be sure that the material available in a particular location can reach that specified FC prime. The Fy to be used must be the commercially available. Be sure that the Fy that you will specify is available in the market. You follow? So, these two will be decided, will be specified by structural engineer based on market availability. Okay? Now, same thing with the bars. It has to be specified, the size of the bars to be specified, together with the Fy to be specified must be available in the market. So, it is based on market availability. You get it? Okay? And as far as the size of the beam, it has to be approved also by the architect. Before you define a size, be sure you have to consider the available headroom. For example, this is the floor. This is the ceiling. Okay? If this is your ceiling line, then how deep could your beam be? Because the beam, if there is no wall here, people will have to pass here. So the headroom here must be considered. And there are lots of times wherein it's only the height of the person that must be considered. It must also be the desire, the effect, the ambience that the architect desire. So will he allow, for example, a 2.4 headroom here? Or because of his architectural design, he wants a higher or a bit higher headroom in this situation? Or will a beam be allowed there? Okay? We might not be allowed by the architect to have a beam here that will protrude below the slab. You get it? So that is design. So it must be done in cooperation, in collaboration with an architect as far as this is concerned. So to be decided, to be collaborated with an architect. You choose or you make your suggestion, then if the architect approves and the design will not, his design or her design will not be affected or will not be destroyed, then you can continue. Do you follow? You get it? Okay? Do you understand what's the difference between design and analysis? Analysis, the size of the section, the strength of the materials to be used are all known. You just have to determine the load, the span, every other things. But in design, everything may be known as far as load is concerned, but the problem is you are to determine the size, the bars, the FC prime, the Fy of the bar to be used. In this particular problem, I will limit it to just finding the number of bars, specifically the number of, in this problem, 16 millimeter diameter bars with Fy of 350. You get it? You follow? Okay, so let us do this problem. We are asked here how many 16 millimeter diameter bars with Fy of 350 megapascal must be used as tension rebars here for the beam section shown in the figure in order to carry a total ultimate load of 30 kilonewton per meter. FC prime is 35, assuming beam to be singly reinforced and simply supported with L equals 5 meters. Now, in the design, let us begin with finding the moment capacity. Obviously, in this particular problem, we will analyze it only for flexure because the required is how many 16 millimeters diameter bar that is required. Now, let us first solve our important data here, the MU. The one that we will be using in order for the beam to be safe in flexure, our MU actual or maximum MU actual must be less than or equal to MU capacity of the beam. Now, in MU capacity, you can use the Q method, the phi BD squared FC prime Q, 1 minus 0.59 Q, or you can use the couple method, that is the moment of C about the T. Okay? You follow? This is C of concrete. So, yung moment nito, this moment is also the same as phi BD squared FC prime Q 1 minus 0.59 Q. But in here, for rectangular section, it is better to use the phi BD squared method. So, the MU actual, according to the problem, we are to assume the beam to be simply supported on a span of 5 meters. So, we know that maximum moment is equal to WU L squared over 8. This is the maximum moment for a simply supported beam, and this exists at the center of the beam. So, this must be less than MU capacity, which is phi BD squared FC prime Q times 1 minus 0.59 of Q. Now, substituting our values here, our WU is 30. This is kilonewton per meter times L. This is 5 meters squared over 8. The result here is kilonewton meter. This right side will be in FC prime megapascal newton per millimeter squared. So let me convert kilonewton meter, the unit of your MU here, in newton millimeter. Kilonewton is 1000 newton, meter is 1000 millimeter, 1000. This is 10 to the 6 newton millimeter. Must be less than or equal to the phi for moment is what? 0.9. The B is 250. The D is 400 squared times FC prime. Your FC prime is 35 times Q. In some books or most books, what is being used here, including in our NSCP, is W. But I prefer to use the old ACI designation for this because W might be misinterpreted for uniform load. Okay, so let me use here Q. So, it multiplied by 1 minus 0.59 of Q. You may opt to solve this using quadratic equation, but you can also use shift solve. The only thing or one thing that you have to remember here is this conversion from kilonewton meter to newton millimeter. A lot of students are committing a mistake on that part. So if you use shift solve, be sure that you get the value that is less than 1. I suggest for Q, you use 0.1 as your first trial value. Okay? So, solving this, you'll get your Q. The greater value or the value that is more than 1 that you'll get here is 1.62. But if you try your first trial value of solve for X and your X is 0.1, then your calculator will give you the value that is less than 1. And this is going to be 0.078. Okay? You follow? So, I suggest you adapt this. For those who are just watching this from YouTube, then you may enroll in our RCD Mastery course. You enroll so that you will have a deeper knowledge in RCD. Okay? So, for this one, you get 0.078, and I will explain it in that course why this should be less than 0.078. Okay? Or why we will take this instead of this one. For those who are enrolled in RCD Mastery course, you are watching this from our RCD1 Mastery course, then you should know why we are using the value that is less than 1. Okay? So, actually, just for you to have an idea, those who are watching from YouTube, the Q must be between this value, from this value to this value. Okay? And for economy, we use the smallest value. Okay? So, we know here that Q is equal to rho Fy over Fc prime. So, therefore, our rho is going to be equal to Q Fc prime over Fy. And the Q here is going to be 0.078 times Fc prime, which is 35, over Fy, which is 350. So, this is going to be 7.8 times 10 to the minus 3. My suggestion is always express it in terms of 10 to the minus 3 for easier comparison to rho min and rho max. You get it? Now, ACI, remember, doesn't allow us to use a rho that is beyond rho max and below 4/3 rho required. Okay? So, just to recall our Padilha's rho chart, this is the Padilha's rho chart. It's this one. This is our rho, which is AS over BD. So, this is 4/3 rho required by flexure. This is rho minimum. This is rho maximum. So, the maximum rho that is allowed, or the maximum rho that is allowed, is rho max. So, therefore, this is only the allowed region. Okay? We must use a rho within this region. Not less than 4/3 rho required, not greater than rho max. Okay? So, we have to assure, if we will use that this is between 4/3 rho required and rho max. You get it? Okay. So, in here, our rho max is going to be equal to 0.75 rho balance. And our rho balance is the ratio of yield strength of concrete to yield strength of steel times beta multiplied by 600 over 600 plus Fy. Okay? So, our only problem here is beta. We have Fc prime and Fy. But what is our beta? From our NSCP 2015, our beta is equal to 0.85 minus 0.05 over 7 times the pointed bracket Fc prime minus 28. Okay? And this value must be, this one, must be greater than or at least equal to 0.65. So, our Fc prime is greater than 30 or greater than 28. So it means this will not be 0. If this value is less than 0, that is negative, this will be taken as 0. So for FC prime less than 28, beta is 0.85, right? Okay. So therefore, our beta here is going to be 0.85 minus 0.05 over 7 times 35 minus 28. And what you will get here is 0.8. And this is greater than 0.65. So 0.8 will be the one that we will use. So substituting here our rho max therefore is equal to 0.75 times 0.85 FC prime 35 over Fy 350 multiplied by beta, this is 0.8 times 600 over 600 plus Fy is 350. So you solve this, what you'll get here will be 32.2 times 10 to the minus 3. This is your rho max. You follow? You get it? And our rho, this one, is 7.8 exponent minus 3. It's less than rho max. So let us check whether this is greater than rho min. Our rho min is equal to the bigger of. According to ACI, NSCP 2015, it is the bigger of 1.4 over Fy and square root of FC prime over 4 Fy. Before, in earlier NSCPs, this one is not there. But since the higher strength of concrete was introduced, NSCP or ACI found the need to consider also the FC prime in the analysis. Okay? So this is going to be 1.4 over 350, while this is square root of 35 over 4 times 350. So this is equal to 4 times 10 to the minus 3, while this is 4.23 times 10 to the minus 3. For lower values of FC prime, this one will prevail. But for this, the one that prevails is the 4.23. You get it? So this is our rho min. Our rho is 7.8. Our rho min is 4.23. Our rho max is 32.2. Our actual rho is 7.8. So this is 7.8. Values are in terms of 10 to the minus 3. This is between this and this. We're here. So therefore, this is okay. So our rho required by flexure or actual or provided is less than rho max but greater than rho min. So therefore, we will use this. Okay? It is within the region. You follow? Okay? So we know the rho. Therefore, our AS is rho BD. And this one, 7.8 times 10 to the minus 3 times B, 250 times D, 400. So therefore, our AS is going to be 780 square millimeters. Okay? So this AS will be provided by 16 millimeter bar. So this is going to be N, the pieces, times the area per bar, pi over 4, diameter squared. So therefore, from here, our N must be equal to 3.38 pieces. So therefore, we say, we use 4 pieces of 16 millimeter diameter bar. Are we clear on this? So I hope with our series in RCD, you are learning a lot from us or from me. and you are learning the principles, fundamentals of RCD without focusing much on new formulas. So I am inviting you to enroll in our RCD program. It is composed of RCD1 and RCD2. So the program is composed of at least 15 modules each. Each module is equivalent to 4 hours of physical teaching. So meaning if there are 30 modules for total for RCD1 and RCD2, that is equivalent to 30 times 4 hours, 120 teaching hours physically, or in classroom it is classroom hours. In classroom there are lots of wasted time, right? Copying, erasing, if there is an error in computation, repeating it. So it means it's more than that. So assuming you are hiring a tutor for 600 per hour, 600 times 120, that would be 72,000. But in our program, you will be paying only 1,000 for RCD1, 1,000 for RCD2. So that is only 2,000 instead of 72,000, a savings of 70,000. Wow, right? Okay? And the point is, with modesty set aside, your instructor will be Engineer Perfecto Padilla. That's yours truly. With modesty set aside, I've been in this profession of teaching the review, teaching this subject for 32 years. Okay? So, you combine all those years of experience, that is what you are getting by attending, enrolling, subscribing to our RCD program. And there is more to it because this is our introductory program. You will be getting 50% discount if you enroll in both of the programs, meaning instead of paying 2,000 for the two programs, RCD1 and RCD2, you will be paying only 1,000. And you can take advantage of it while the discount, the promo is on board, meaning effective. So what are you waiting now? Enroll now. So in order to enroll, click the button below, Padilla Review Center Enroll, then click it and you will be guided by our website. So if you have any other more question, our numbers are down in the link below. So just text us, just call us so that we can accommodate whatever question or inquiry you may have. So see you.